League of Hashinshin.
What is League of Hashinshin? There's another YouTube channel that just posts my shit? Okay, so here's the thing. The people in chat who hate Darius and are like spamming, he's the most broken champion ever. So, okay, Darius's power curve is like that. So his highest win rate is the early game. Falls down, falls down, falls down, falls down, falls down, falls down. Starts flatlining, then picks up a little bit, then goes down again. But here's what's important. Darius's win rate by game length never goes below 50%. A lot of bruisers slash juggernauts do have that late game bump. There's multiple reasons, arguments for why. I think what it is, bruisers typically have good base stats, and because of how leveling works, you might get 50% of your base stats per level early game and 150% late game. So for a champion like Darius, who's getting, and let me look it up, 5 damage per level, 100 HP per level, 4 armor per level, a champion like Darius, you start getting into the late game, especially because Darius's passive, the damage on it, after level, so 12 to 13, he gains 10 damage on his passive. But 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, he gains 25 damage on his passive. I think there's also an argument that bruisers are generally tankier, therefore harder to like catch out with stupidity. Thereby, they, what do you want to call it? Throw less? Like, 80 carry steps out, LeBlanc presses QR, they die from full, game's over, right? Right? Bruiser steps out, LeBlanc presses QR. Maybe you're at, you know, 1/3 HP, but you're not dead. You're not dead. What's he playing? Lee Sin? My cooldown's ever coming back? I forgot we didn't have a mid laner. Well, there goes the rest of my LP.
A summoner has reconnected.
He intentionally moved.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
Huh. I saw this happen to a Malphite I was fighting yesterday. So I think he's just having issues. Can't say though. Alright, Afik. Buff Aatrox, please. Aatrox is not fine. Anyone that thinks Aatrox is fine doesn't understand the game. That's the bitter, bitter truth. Aatrox exists as he does, in the way that he does, because pros don't care about top lane. And because top lane is in a hardcore counter pick meta. Let me go through the list. Ornn, much better than Aatrox. Can be first picked. Can do the same shit Aatrox has, where he goes, oh no, I've been counterpicked. Time to not get CS and deny them the early game. Scale's much stronger. 5% higher win rate at every rank, I think, which is a noticeable amount. Fixing his heal bug would actually go a long way, because as shields get more and more prominent later in the game, it does kind of suck that Aatrox can't heal on them, which, like, really fucks up his ability to play the game. Why is this argument? Okay, those of you who say Aatrox shouldn't heal on shields because he's not technically doing damage, let me ask you this. Does that mean Mountain Soul should permanently refresh itself and literally be unbreakable because you're not actually taking damage from champions, and therefore you're not in combat with champions, and therefore it should literally just permanently refresh forever? Because you can never take damage because you're not taking damage. It's to the shield. As long as you don't attack. No, it says if you don't take damage from champions, or if you don't take damage in the last 5 seconds, the shield refreshes. So unless you literally one-shot it, you haven't taken damage in the last 5 seconds, have you? Well, that's stupid, you say. But wait. Yeah, I know. Did I put a pink down or not? That is the correct interpretation? No, it's not. You're an idiot. A shield just prevents you from taking damage to your health bar. You are still taking damage. You're morons. Dude, I don't know what it is with people, but it's like they see something as a certain way, and then they want to justify it being that way for no reason that I can think of, you know? Like, why do you want to justify a wacky situation where shields become 100% healing reduction? Like, why do you want that to be the norm? Where things like Phantom Dancer, Mord Shield, Set Shield, those also read, reduce healing by 100% while you're in this. You know, why? Why does that make sense? Kinda hit me with E again. Whoops. This right here, this is what I'm talking about, by the way. So remember when I said you should nerf Aatrox's base damage, but buff his scaling, so that, like, even if you buy damage, he ends up being the same? This is why. 1, to prevent Ninja Tabby turtling. 2, to prevent Aatrox from playing very low CS plays, where he technically counters a champion just because he doesn't need to farm because he doesn't scale. 3, to prevent situations like that where you're sitting on 2,700 gold, but because you don't scale, you don't need to spend the gold because you have most of your damage anyway. I don't know what it is, but I've been missing my abilities so much lately, man. I need to, like, relearn Aatrox or something. I never used to miss my QEs. I never used to miss my Ws. And now it's like I'm missing them all the time. It's the age, bro? Yeah, dude. The last month has aged me so much. You know what's funny? The entire, like, old age makes you bad thing is basically a myth. Reflexes, so people say, oh, reflexes go down in your old age. Yes, very slightly over decades. Not like 28 and your reflexes are shot. More like 28 and your reflexes are like 5% slower. And that 27 to 31 is supposed to be peak. Yeah, that too. 1, 2, 3 times. He goes, he's 30-year-olds with no wife and no car. Yeah, my life is awful. Where did I take all that damage from? Wait, what? Was I getting hit by Mord's passive or something? Like, look, wait, where did all my health go? Was I getting shot by the turret? Ow. When you're younger, you feel like there's this, like, I want to say, like, basically, like, almost like a godly entity that keeps track of things, you know? Like, oh, if I do this wrong, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, if I do this wrong, people will think less of me. And then as you get older, you realize, no one really cares. Is that actually, like, 37? Dude, I'm 30. What happened to their team? Their team is shouting at T1 and Diana. I'm sorry, did their bot lane do well that they can whine? Did anyone do well? The mid was actually 50 CS ahead of Cat. Okay.